Hello, welcome to Unit 1, Lesson 9. So, as usual, you really only need to be watching this if you either want to review or if you were absent from class. Make sure you remember to complete the assignments for today and fill out that lesson demonstrated form at the bottom of the Canvas page if you were, in fact, absent from class. Today, our focus on the colonies is going to be on the religion in the colonies. So, you're going to have just two tasks to complete today. So we're going to have a quick little discussion of the Salem witch trials, which you're going to be learning more about. You're going to have task number 1, an ed puzzle, pretty short ed puzzle, not going to be anything too difficult for you to do. You're going to complete that. Task number 2 is for you to complete an activity about religion in differing colonies. And then just some reminders, your test is very, very soon. So your test is next Monday. Keep working on the extra credit part of that interactive notebook if you want that 10% boost on your test next week. So before I get into what you need to do today, let me just kind of like set the stage for the Salem witch trials. So the Salem witch trials happen in the Puritan community. So the Puritans were extremely religious fundamentalists, meaning that they were very strict with religion and Christianity, and the Bible meant what it meant. Whatever it said is what it meant. So they believed in this very strict interpretation of the Bible. And really, almost, I mean, they were kind of just like a boring group of people who didn't allow themselves to have any fun. They thought that they had to live this really, really strict lifestyle. The Bible does mention, and within the Bible, that you can be cursed or you can be bewitched. And so there's this fear that this is happening amongst some of the members of the community, and that fear kind of turns into utter chaos. So you can see my little witch bitmoji here. I know, like I've got to say down here, I know it's not Halloween, but work with me. It's the only thing that had a witch in it that was a bitmoji. So there ends up being multiple women and one man that were accused of being witches, and most of them that were accused were pretty much kind of outcast within the society. Like they didn't fit into the Puritan mold, and so because they were a little different, they were easy for people to point out and be like, no, those people must be a witch, like because there seems to be something wrong with them. And really this whole thing was just started by a couple girls who were a little bored, and then it turned into this whole huge incident. And I mean, they would do crazy things to decide if a person was actually a witch or not, like these tests, like for example, like let's take a woman and tie her up to some rocks and throw her in the river, and if she sinks and she drowns, then we were wrong and she wasn't a witch. But if she can escape from those rocks and actually come back up, then she must have used her witching skills to be able to make that happen. So there's some crazy stories about what happened with the Salem witch trials. So let me back out of this and explain to you what you're going to do today. You need to complete 2 assignments. So we are in Unit 1, Lesson 9. So students will be able to analyze the role of religion in the English colonies in order to understand the development of American identity. Now we talk about here with American identity, we know that in the United States today, religion plays a pretty big role in the lives, and we strongly believe in that idea of freedom of religion. And so this is kind of setting the stage, that background of religion playing such an important role. So the first thing you're going to do is this Salem witch trial ed puzzle. So as always, if you need me to reset it because you're unhappy with the grade that you get when you watch it, then just let me know. As I said, it's not a very long video, 6 minutes long. You've got some questions to answer and submit. Just let me know if you want it to be set, and I will get that done for you, and you can retake it and improve the grade. Remember, you can do that with any assignment, by the way. Any assignment you ever get, if you're unhappy with the grade, you can redo it, resubmit it, and improve that grade. It's not just the ed puzzles that do that. So task number 2 is going to be your religion in the colonies activity. It's going to take you to a Google Doc that you're going to open up. It's going to force you to make a copy. So just like we've been doing Like we're going to do this all the time. You've got a couple little reading passages. So this first one is called City Upon a Hill. So it's been modified to make it a little bit easier for you to read. Always make sure you're paying attention to your sourcing information. So question number 1 right here asks you about the source. So when it's asking you about that, that information is going to be right there. It also gives you some information about some of the vocabulary that maybe you wouldn't know as you're reading it. So you're going to read this information and then you're going to answer these 3 questions. I prefer that you answer them in a different color because it makes grading it so much easier for me. Then you're going to read document B, which is the divine right to occupy the land. Again, modified to make it a little easier for you to read. Again, make sure you're paying attention to that sourcing information. And then you've got some vocabulary that is given for you as well. And then you've got 3 questions from that. And then you're going to kind of combine what you learned from both of these documents and answer the question here. Like, do you believe that the Puritans were selfish or selfless? So answer that question. And then when you're done with that, you go to complete this form. So different colonies would have different concentrations of people from different religions or different parts of Christianity. So you're going to read about these different groups for each of them. You'll just click on the link that is here. So here's the one for Massachusetts Bay. You click on this. It's going to bring up the page that you need to read. And then on your table here, you're going to say what were their religious motivations to settle? And then the description of the type of religion or actions taken by people, religious actions taken by people in that colony. So you're going to fill that in for each of these different colonies, and then that'll be it. Submit it, and that'll take care of everything that you need to get done for today. As always, make sure that you remember I'm here if you need me. My job is to be your teacher, not just to say, here's an assignment, go and do it. So if you need help, just let me know. That's my job. I'm here to assist you. I will see you guys tomorrow for our very last lesson for Unit 1. Bye, y'all.